Hello everyone, my name's Tony and welcome back to Fragdicted. In today's episode, I'm bringing you an exclusive. There have been some new releases that are going to be dropping anytime from Pocketscents. If you'd like to know what they are, stay right where you are. Firstly, thanks for joining me. If you're not following me already on Instagram, please drop over there and give me a follow. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel, I'll be really grateful if you could do that. So let's tell you what the four new fragrances are from Pocketscents. And then we'll get into the review. I'm going to be reviewing one today, and then in the coming days, I'll be dropping a review every couple of days or so until I've done all four of them. So as you can see from the title, this fragrance review is on one of the new fragrances. It is called Choclate Orange. There we go. There's the label. That's the colour of the juice. Now, not all the notes are listed on this one. The notes listed are chocolate, orange, with hints of coffee and chili. He is also releasing cherry tobacco. And again, there's the colour of the juice. I'll be reviewing this next. Thirdly, we have a white floral fragrance, and it is called Fleur Gil or Gial. Don't know how you pronounce that. Probably just ruined it both ways. And lastly, we have Oud Opulenza. This is quality. I'll be reviewing this last. Right, so they're the four new fragrances being released any day now. I would imagine they'll go live on the website on the 1st of January to start the new year off afresh. They are all dropping into the Any Plus Ultra range. They're all top quality fragrances. They are all original inspirations, so they are not clones or interpretations of anything. This drops nicely into the lineup alongside Raspberry and Vanilla and Purple Gourmand. Matt has used a very talented, well-known perfumer to help him create these fragrances. Matt has had a lot of control and a lot of say in the final product on how they smell, but there is a very well respected perfumer behind these four fragrances. This, I believe, is going on the website for £50, I believe, and this is for a 50 ml. Now, I know Matt could charge a little bit more for these. The quality is that good. He wanted to pick great value, which is an ethos of these, along with the simple presentation. He could have upped the presentation, got different bottles in, gone for a different branding, but that's all quite expensive, and then he'd have to put the price up even more. So you can get a lot of juice for not a huge amount of money. It works out £1 a mil for this, and that is great value for money. So what's this fragrance like? So Chocolate Orange, let's get into the review. Now, it opens up with a slightly bitter dark chocolate. It's not a creamy milk chocolate. It's quite realistic. It's almost like cacao. It's like the raw material, so it's quite natural. And that is paired along with a heavy dose of orange. Now, the orange smells to me a little bit like orange essence. You know, the stuff that you would use in baking. It very concentrated. So quite a strong orange smell. But again, quite natural. I know the raw ingredient that's been used for this orange is very expensive, and Matt's told me that that note that's been used in this is as expensive as some of the other fragrances fully made are. So that one ingredient that goes into this fragrance is as expensive as all of the ingredients in some of these other line. So very expensive, good quality orange that's gone into this. And it is super realistic, very strong. And the one thing that I really love about this is that is, to me, the star of the show. It stays with the fragrance throughout most of the wear, and you can always detect that orange, which I think is really unusual because in orange fragrances, it tends to die away quite quickly. those citrus notes tend to fade away, but it doesn't in this. Let me try and explain this to you in some more detail as to what I get from how I imagine the scent profile. Rather than it be a fragrance, imagine it to be, or a food, imagine it to be a drink. It's like going to a very expensive coffee shop, very upmarket, and you've ordered a luxurious mochaccino. So that mochaccino's got the chocolate, it's got the coffee in, and you've gone for an added orange syrup in there. So it's a chocolate orange drink with added coffee. In that drink, you've got this little tiny kick of chili. Now, it's not a really prominent note in this, so don't think that you're going to get it and go, wow, there's a lot of chili in this. There's not at all. It is a supporting note, but you can detect it, but it's very light. So imagine that in your drink. It's not overly done. It just gives the whole drink a slight kick and a slight pop. Now, these notes aren't listed in there, but other things that I get from this, I don't think there could be these 4 notes. The other notes that I think could possibly be in the fragrance, this is guesswork. I think there's some cardamom in it, and I recognise that from other cardamom fragrances that I own. Something along the lines of D&G, the 1EDP, the cardamom note is very similar. I think it's also got some patchouli, but not your boozy, earthy, malty, aged patchouli. It's more a smooth, chocolatey patchouli. And something else that could be in there, again, this is guesswork, I might be completely off the mark, but maybe there's some tonka bean in there. It has this slight nuttiness texture to it. It's creamy, it's smooth. One more note that could possibly be there is some musk, because to me, in the very deep dry down, it goes fairly sort of smooth and musky. All of the ingredients in this smell quite natural to me. I don't think there's been a lot of synthetics used. I might be wrong. I don't think there has been. Now, I love the opening. I love it when it starts to settle down a little bit, and I love the dry down. It is a very unique fragrance. The performance of this is incredible. I'm not going to give an amount of hours. I haven't timed it, but it does last for hours on the skin. There's no performance issues at all. It starts out quite loud when you first spray it, so it fills an area, but it then settles and comes a bit closer into you, and it forms this nice little scent bubble around you. And when you go back to your arm or your hand where you've sprayed it, it's really addictive. It's got some nice sweetness to it, but it's never too sweet. I would describe this as a gourmand fragrance just because of the edible notes in there, but it never gets too sweet or too sickly or too heady. This is an eau de parfum concentration, so you get a lot of bang for your buck. To be honest, rest of Matt's Any Plus Ultra range, he should have been charging more for those anyway. The quality, if you've tried those, you know what I'm talking about. The quality is insane. This is no different. It slots into the lineup perfectly. It really does. It's different to other fragrances he's got in there, but it's a really lovely addition and something that I'm really going to enjoy owning and wearing myself. If this was in a Mancera bottle, which I think suits that style of fragrance this is, people would be raving about it in my eyes. The only difference is this isn't as aggressive or loud as some Mancera products. But what I'm trying to get at is you're getting real niche quality for not a lot of money. And if it was in a different bottle, you wouldn't second guess it. It is better than actually a lot of niche fragrances that I've tried. I'll be dropping the link to Pocketscents in the description below. Look out for the drop of these 4 new fragrances that are being released in the coming days. In my next review, I'm going to be talking about cherry tobacco. This isn't your typical cherry tobacco, so stay tuned for that. Now, I hope you enjoyed my short review. Again, like I said at the beginning, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. What one of these fragrances would you like to try the most? Do any of them pique your interest? Congratulations to Matt on this and the other fragrances. Don't forget to like the video. Don't forget to hit that notification bell so you receive notifications as my content gets released, and click that all button. So once you click the bell, click the all button and you'll be notified as soon as I release a video. I would like to wish all my subscribers and everybody that watches the channel a very happy festive holidays, and let's hope that 2021 will be better for everybody. I'd love to say thank you to everybody that's shown me support this year, and I will see you again in the next one. Don't forget to keep smelling wonderful.